Bob and I like to dress together. Not together, just the same. That's not true. It's like this. How does this look, honey? Loud swing, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys, by the way, I hate to point out, Jensen, but you and Rob dressed exactly the same in Minneapolis as well.
Last weekend, yeah. And look, man, you know, when you got it, you got it.
It's awkward because my ladder only barely fits outside his room. I just barely see what he's picking up. Keep it steady, Borja. I'm trying. Keep it steady.
I got it! Blue shirt, black pants.
The cops are coming, go.
Hi, Vancouver. It's toasting. My favorite question, and can we have a little bit of house lights? A little less airplane, little more house. Whose first time? Welcome to the family. We'd say something to the effect that we're excited to be here, but we're already here. So, we are, however, excited to be here.
Yeah, it was nice not, you know, having to catch a plane and then cars and then hotels. And you just gotta roll right out of bed and walk down here.
And when I forgot my phone in my room, we just sent a car over to my apartment to pick it up. So, I didn't find out when I was in landing back in Canada. Love you guys. The word around the street is that the con has gone really well. I heard someone perform at a concert last night. No. I saw the tweet. It didn't. I saw
I was pointing to
It's me. I was there.
Yeah, I was pointing to Richard Spade, Mark Shepard.
Richard, I told you.
Myself. I think you were actually
I was listed, yeah.
listed in there.
And that was pretty much it. I don't remember anybody else being
Yeah, that was odd. I think Charles Durning was listed in there too.
Chucky Dirty.
I mean,
Charles Durning, brother, and you did it without the comedy elbows. Wow, that's deep pockets you got over there.
Hey buddy, I gotta keep you guessing. I really do. For those of you who were here last night, these guys, unbelievable. It really, stop it. What'd you say?
Tell your mom to keep it down. Tell your mom to be quiet.
No, that was, I've seen you guys play before, and it continues to get better. I don't know how you do it, but it keeps getting better and better and better, and so. It's awesome. You guys are awesome.
it was a thrill, man. That was a super, super fun time. The next time Jared will come out, we got a cowbell with your name on it, dude.
I'm so in.
It's technically it's a moose bell.
Canada.
Yeah, and you know what? I got a fever.
Prescription is more cowbell.
Actually, the prescription is 2 drum sets, but more cowbell would work.
We're nice. Next year, 3 drum sets. Yeah, I said it.
Well, before we carry on about cowbells, let's go ahead and see if there's some questions we can't wait for.
Thanks, fellas.
Let's see that. Well, we'll start over here.
Hi.
We're starting over.
Fight.
We're starting over.
Hi there.
Hi.
We'll be right back.
My question is, okay, gather my thoughts. So if there was an episode where Sam and Dean, become girls, who would you want to play you guys? Which actresses?
I would need.
I love how quickly that is. So if Sam and Dean, were become girls.
I would need somebody tall. I would need like
Gina Davis.
Gina Davis. Gina Davis. Thanks, Jensen. titles.
Madonna.
Madonna. There's this pattern of like,
That's a... What?
oh, your sister.
My sister? Yeah, she'd love that.
Who would,
What? No.
who would you cast as Dina and Samantha?
I mean, you guys in drag would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'd have to wear a wig, but he could just braid his hair. I'd braid it for you.
Thank you.
Problem.
I told you we'd be back. I told you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. First of all, we need to give a really big shout out to all the volunteers that are here, because this would not be possible. Alright, so this is my first convention here, and ever since I started watching Supernatural, I've had the biggest question. We know what kind of music that Dean likes. What kind of music does Sam like, and what would be his favorite songs, favorite artists, favorite genres?
It's a damn fine question. I think I'm stealing this from Jared. I think if Sam were to choose some music, wait for it.
Volcanoes are mountains.
Only thing I learned in college. I think he'd be into singer-songwriters. I think he likes lyrics, and right now he would be listening to George Ezra. There we go.
Thank you. Thank you
you.
very much. We love you guys so much.
Love you guys. Thank you. That are like mountains, that are like volcanoes. The best for those. So, did y'all see to clarify?
No, don't clarify.
No.
Just leave it up.
I'm gonna own it.
We're doing a bit. Hi there.
Hello, so... Yeah, sorry,
It's okay.
Mike kind of gave out on you there, didn't he?
Okay, I probably will never have another chance to tell you guys this, but I'd like to tell you a short story. So 3 years ago, I got cancer, stage 4. I had 2 weeks to live, apparently, not recently. But anyway, long story short, I spent 14 months in the hospital, and I lost my ability to walk. And when I came home, I was incredibly depressed, and I didn't know how to interact with people anymore, especially my little sister. And I was kind of just closed myself off from everyone, and I didn't know how to take down the walls anymore. And I discovered Supernatural and your guys' relationship on the show, Sam and Dean, and the way you guys just bring so much life into it. It's so genuine. It inspired me to try and break down those walls and become closer to my sister, and I'm much closer with my little sister now, and it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you. You gave me back my little sister. And my question is... My question is, since I was so depressed when I discovered it and seeing it was kind of like looking in a mirror, and in the last season, Dean was a demon, so I was wondering if, when they send souls to hell, you know, they cut on them, right? They torture them. But what is the purpose of that? Are they actually cutting out all the good bits? And all the stuff left on the floor, and all the good bits of you that they cut out, and there's nothing left but the darkness? Is that...
It's a really good question. First of all, thank you for sharing. That's amazing, and we're very happy that you're here. then I don't know. I guess that really hasn't been
It's a great metaphor.
thoroughly established as to what exactly the torture is accommodating, or I don't know. But I like that idea, and I'm sure the writers are probably going to steal that idea from me.
I hope you patented that. Because
So
that's-
if you see it in a future script, call Warner Brothers and demand some royalties.
Yeah, but I'll say this. I'll say that in real life, just if you've been cut by someone or by yourself, you haven't lost any of your goodness. You're still there, and you're still fighting, and you're still kicking. So I think it's maybe nice symbolism and a nice metaphor. But I feel like the cuts are maybe a sign of struggles, and hell is trying to break these souls down, but the souls keep fighting and keep going. Much like you did. Thank you for your story. I'm so thrilled that you and your sister are closer than you were 2.5 years ago. It's a real honor to meet you. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Jared and Jensen. My question is actually for Jensen.
What do you think about Jared? I'll forgive you this time. But next time, the moose comes out.
He's talking about his hair moves. Out of his... I'm sorry. That's... Hi.
But you're done.
I didn't do anything. What's your question?
If Priestley were thrown into the supernatural universe, how long do you think he would last?
He would last a long time.
Pardon?
He would, and here's why. Because if he came into the Winchesters' lives, Dean would very quickly keep him hostage in the kitchen making sandwiches. Therefore, he would be in the bunker, protected. There you go. He'd be the Winchester's personal chef.
That was a different take than I was thinking about, but
What?
I agree with you. It was a different way than I was thinking about, but I do agree with you.
Well, I generally go straight for food, so that's what happens.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hey.
Hi. This question is for Jensen as well. Sorry, Jared.
Hey, I'll just relax. It's all me.
You can answer it as well if you want. So, since you directed a bunch of episodes, I'm wondering how you feel to write an episode, or if you would in the future.
You know, I took a crack at trying to write. Yeah. That's generally what happened when I tried. I'm not. I don't think that my skills lie with the conceptualizing portion of film or TV. So I really love taking somebody else's idea and trying to tell that story or be inspired by that story enough to want to direct an episode or to portray a character or something like that. But conceptualizing a story from just a pen and a white piece of paper, I don't know, or I guess a computer isn't doing that. If anybody writes.
Or a computer because it's not 1983 anymore.
Again, proof I don't write.
It's just really difficult to get my calligraphy marker and
It is. I run out of ink, and it's.
and then you have to send a passenger pigeon to take it.
It's tough, you know?
Edits take a long time and smell.
And I've lost my signet ring, so I don't know what to stamp with the wax.
Going with the signet ring, aren't you? Going with the signet ring.
With a signet ring. I wrote a script. It's traveling horseback somewhere in Siberia. Yeah, I'm not. I don't. No. Not a writer.
Thank you.
Thanks. Not a writer.
Hi.
Hi.
So Supernatural is partially inspired by Jack Kerouac's book On the Road. So I guess this is kind of like a throwback question, but I wanted to know when you guys were cast as Sam and Dean, if you ever read On the Road, or if you ever took anything from that book, or what else you might have done to prepare or just get a little bit of the backstory for the boys.
I read On the Road in school, not college, because college I only found out about mountains and volcanoes. I actually retouched up on Joseph Campbell and mythology. My mother she's retired. She's a heroes, myths, and legends. Heroes, say that 4 times fast. Heroes, myths.
Say it once.
Heroes. Heroes, myths, and legends. And she taught English and Shakespeare in school. And I kind of went back and started studying archetypes again. And they're available and apparent in any story. Star Wars is kind of a very famous example of it. Yeah. So I watched a lot of Star Wars and read
And then I just told him to tell me about it.
That's what I would have done too.
Sam's notes.
It's worked my whole life.
Kind of. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Hi.
Hi guys. I was wondering what traditions you're excited to pass on to your kids.
That's a great question.
Something you've thought a lot about, apparently.
I already know my answer, so I'm gonna let Jensen start. That's a great question.
Traditions?
Texas Tuesday. I mean, traditions, I tend to think about holidays. We always ate tamales for Christmas. So I know a few Texans out there. We always ate tamales for Christmas, and we always opened our Christmas presents on Christmas Eve. And we always had a huge Thanksgiving dinner and watched the Cowboys game. I think I've done that like every year of my life. And breakfast tacos on Saturday mornings. That's pretty good.
This is not something that this is something that my wife and I have started doing that was not passed down.
Whoa.
To me.
Is it G-rated?
Pretty sure anything un-G-rated would have been taught from some other generation. Anyway, we kind of have a bit of a dance party on Christmas morning. We crank up the music and open up all the doors and dance through the whole house. And whatever family is there, it just turns into a big dance party. We usually are tired and exhausted before we even ever get to any of the holiday things. But that's something that started a couple of years ago, and I have a feeling my daughter's going to really enjoy that this year. Because this is her dancing.
It's amazing.
Which is funny because it's exactly the way I dance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. My question is, in reference to Sam and Dean being the true vessels of Lucifer and Michael, do you think there's a possibility for them to have a hidden and untapped power thanks to their status as vessels? And if so, what do you think the power could be, and how would they use it to take down the next big baddie?
I think you might find out a little bit about that this season.
Are you serious?
But you didn't hear from me, you heard it from him. going to get a glimpse into that question.
Okay, thank you.
In season 11. Jensen told you, remember, Jensen told you.
No, I didn't, because I haven't read it.
Jensen told you.
He's supposed to tell me when he reads stuff like that, so that I know he hasn't told me yet. Thanks a lot. Hi.
Hi. So a while ago I was on the internet and I was just searching Sam's hair throughout the 10 seasons. And, and then all of a
That
sudden,
is fun times.
and then all of a sudden the realization hit me that it wasn't Sam who decided to grow his hair out, it was Jared. So my question is for Jared. What made you decide to keep growing your hair and not keep it as short as it was 10 years ago?
That's a great question.
No, it's not really. Kind of ridiculous.
Take a seat, take a seat. Listen. So, I don't know. I remember funny enough, there was a mandate in the earlier scripts that they wanted Sam to have kind of the fluffy, tousled college dude hair and him to be a little bit more militant, a little bit more. And our hair, though, has changed slightly. It's still kind of, I'm the long-haired one, he's the short-haired one as it started. But I remember almost the same reason why I used to wet shave, like with a razor, and now I dry shave, like with a machine, zzz.
It's really interesting because it's an apparatus that just fits over his entire face. I just strap it on.
Yeah,
that's how he gets ready in the morning. It's like the Jetsons.
It's made by Norelco.
And NASA.
So, just something, I think Sam changed more in the last 11 years.
He grew up.
He grew up. Yeah, Sam was in the pilot, Dean was hunting demons, hunting things that go bump in the night. In episode 1 of season 11, Dean is hunting demons, you know what I mean? So Sam was in college, wanted to go to law school, start a family. So Sam kind of grew up and changed, and as did his stylings, I suppose.
I can actually answer this question for you.
Oh, great. Great.
The reason that Sam's hair got longer in season...
Don't act like you don't know.
Is it 5? Had nothing to do with the show. It had to do with his wife. She was like, I like your hair longer. And he's like, okay.
Well, I look like this for 9 months out of the year, and so like when summer comes, she hides the razors. She's like, I just want to see my husband like
not look like Sam.
Yeah, not look like Sam for a little bit. Like I want to just see, and so she digs it. And I guess my hair grew. And when I had a beard, it was fine. But then the beard went, and the hair looked really long. It didn't look as long when the facial hair was long also. But yeah, and now it's kind of found a happy medium. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got it.
I could talk hair all day.
How do you think I feel?
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm good. We all know Jensen auditioned for Sam. So my question was, if Jensen played Sam, how would you play him differently from Jared?
I don't think you
vice
auditioned for
versa?
Sam though. Those are the sides. But that's just because those are the sides, right?
Well, they were only casting Sam.
Yeah, so that makes it sound like he auditioned for Sam and didn't get. So they just released Sam auditions. They weren't auditioning Deans yet. They were just like, hey, everybody's going to come in and read these same scenes as the character Sam, and we'll see if we like you for this, and you for that, and this for this, and this for that.
Yeah, yes, I think as I understood it, they wanted to get their Sam first, and then start reading for Deans, start looking for Deans. But they invited a few people in to read for Sam that they just wanted to see as potential Deans, but they weren't releasing any Deans dialogue. So everybody was reading the same audition scene, and it was a Sam scene. And so I went in there, I went in there to read.
I told Dad there was something in my closet. He gave me a 45.
ask Jared to do it the way I did it in the auditions. I'm kidding.
There was a lot of this.
And then Vampire Diaries was born, and the smolder was ruined forever. No, so I went and I read that scene, and then as soon as the scene was over, I was like, but listen, guys, I'm going to be honest. I read the breakdown on Dean, and I'm feeling that that might be a little bit more in my wheelhouse. And both David Nutter and Eric Kripke were sitting right there going, we know. And so I think it was just a formality, like they didn't have any Dean side scenes set up to read. So I read the part of Sam, but it was more of a general audition. And then I never came back and read for Dean. In fact, the next time we auditioned was when I met him, and it was the final audition for the network in the studio.
We got it. We booked it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Was that a question? I feel like we just explained something there.
What's the question? How would Jensen's
That's
Sam
fine.
be different than Jared's Sam?
Right,
He'd be
yes.
shorter.
Yes, I would be shorter. And that's it. I wouldn't change anything else. Hi.
Hi. So this question might have been asked before, but like, how you think they grew since like season 1, like your sort of connection with them, because it's been a long time.
How their relationship grew, or how they sort of individually?
Yeah, like how they grew along with the show,
Oh, I see.
other than your hair.
Other than that, I feel like the brothers reestablished a connection, obviously, over the last 200-something hours of television. But I feel like, I remember when I was probably going back to like reading with Kripke and Nutter for the pilot, and there were some things that we were reading, or maybe even while shooting the pilot, and they had like, listen, when you see this woman in white, it spooks you, but you're not like, you know, like it's not a big deal for you. It's a task to be completed. It's not like, holy crap, what is this? And so that's how I feel now. Like as Jared and Sam, it's like, I've seen it, gonna carry on with it, you know, as opposed to not feeling afraid as Sam, but feeling like, you know, reluctant, like, okay, well, this is a job, we gotta do it. Whereas early Sam sort of didn't want to be a part of it, didn't want to deal with it, was a little afraid of it. So I feel like that was a big difference for Sam, at least.
I agree.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alyssa.
Hi. I'm Hallie.
Jared. It's Jensen.
Good to know. I wrote it down somewhere.
I got it here somewhere.
I'm sorry. Okay, so in the episode of After School Special, Sam had a teacher that told him that he should follow his own path and that he doesn't need to be whatever his family wants him to be. He doesn't need to be in the family business. And, you know, that stuck with him because he talked to him later on, obviously. I was wondering if you guys had a teacher that ever did that to you, like that ever gotten through to you like that or inspired you?
Yeah, I did. Actually, my high school drama teacher was very much like that. Very much, not like down with the man kind of thing, but like, hey, you know, it's start questioning things. Like, don't, you know, just because this is what you've always thought doesn't mean. He had some great. It wasn't his own quote, but something to the effect of like, if you're not open to learning, then right now is as smart as you'll ever be. You know, if you're not open to being wrong, or the possibility that you could do something better, or do something different, or learn something else. So like, the more closed-minded you are, the more sure that you're right, the more likely it is that you're wrong, and you're just gonna get stupider from here. That sounded like very down. Volcanoes are like mountains. But it's actually been like a recurring, and maybe that's a great answer for Alyssa. Like, learning to be who you are is a big lesson that's meant a lot for Jared, as well as for Sam. And I feel like, I don't know if any of y'all have read Felicia's book. I just finished Felicia's book. great message. She's like, you know, you can waste your whole life trying to be somebody else, or you can spend your life being who you are. So I think that's a great message. And I had some people, luckily, I had some people kind of help me out along the way.
Yeah, I had several teachers growing up that kind of helped me. I wasn't the smartest guy in class. I wasn't. I didn't get I wasn't an all A student. I was mainly B's, but I was really trying to get a lot of A's, and I worked very hard. And one of the subjects that I just could not excel at was English. Writing papers, again, it goes back to the conceptualizing thing. I just, like term paper, like that, the whole thing, like doing book reports, and it was like, oh, I'd rather go to the dentist. And I had I believe it was my 10th grade English teacher, Mrs. Patterson. She basically took the time to say, okay, I understand you're having trouble doing this. Let's find a different way for you to do this and to learn what I'm trying to teach you. And she really worked with me, and it kind of was the first time where I was like, oh, I don't have to feel bad about myself anymore because I'm not getting an A or I'm not getting as good at grades as my friends or the people next to me. It's just that I need to come at it from a different approach and still get the lesson that's being taught. And so that was kind of an eye-opener for me, and I was very grateful for that. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Hey there.
I would like to thank your parents for your, good job So, you have been playing...
I caught a glimpse on your face, like... You made me laugh, so...
So you've been these characters for over 10 years, and you probably, dare say know them better than the writers do. What is your most recent in-character dream?
Oh. Weird enough, I dream about Ruby a lot. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh. I win.
I wonder if she dreams about Sam.
Don't say it.
I don't dream as Dean.
Dreamt you're on a boat.
I don't think I do. Yeah.
Most of my Sam dreams, honestly, most of my Sam dreams are not as Sam. It's more like my work to do for Sam. Like it's my dreams as Jared going to work or something at work, being at work, something going on, not necessarily in character.
I'll dream that Jensen is in a situation that you would see on Supernatural. Like there's kind of a recurring themed dream where it's apocalyptic. It actually oddly enough
That's terrifying.
Yeah, no. If I could control it, I would. There's a movie coming out. It's got a really bad title. It's Owen Wilson, and he's like, what is it? No Escape. I saw that trailer, and I'm like, that's my dream. I literally have that kind of dream, and I always have somebody that is either injured or slow or that I'm having to carry, and trying to save their life and my life.
Is it a zombie movie?
Yeah, we're being chased. No, it's not even zombies. It's like military or like terrorists or. It's awesome. It's a really fun dream. But yeah, that is my reoccurring nightmare that I have. And it's I don't know what it means. If there's anybody that reads dreams out there, don't tell me because I don't want to know.
I'm going to get a voice recorder or something and put it on loop. I'm going to record the commercial and slip it under Jensen's bed. Every night as he's sleeping, I'll computer activate it to where you actually are hearing, run!
The good news is though, I never I haven't lost yet. I always make it. So
you're not Dean Lose, Chester.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
did you use?
Jensen. No, that wasn't the description. That was telling him to start.
And that would have been one word. 3 words?
Jeez. That doesn't count as a word. That's not a word.
Does that count?
There are a lot. There are a lot. I mean, we've known each other for a long time in a pretty thorough way.
Obviously, he has a poor choice of words right now. Maybe this isn't a good question for either of us.
Like a volcano. That's actually. What's a good one-word for hard work? Diligent, maybe? Diligent? Stalwart? Dedicated?
Are you giving me ideas for you?
No. Though you can borrow them if you want to. Anthem. I would say, yeah, talented, loyal. Yeah, but that's not really an adjective.
That's just descriptive.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough to sum it up with 3 words. My vocabulary is not as good as it used to be. Shorter than me. Shorter than I. Yeah, 2 of your words can be grammar Nazi.
Yeah.
Difficult. But if I were to not use 3 words but 3 descriptions, I'd say he's loyal to a fault. He's dedicated to his friends and family, and he's genuinely caring.
That is not 3 words.
Yeah, 3 ideas. I don't know. There's probably a word.
It's like 3 words. Okay.
He likes to play golf.
Father, friend that works hard, and when he shows up for work, he's always dedicated to his craft.
Yes, that
He
works.
himself.
Yeah.
He loves his friends and his family, and he dedicates his work.
That's my favorite word.
Everything. Yeah, I'd say right in there somewhere. Okay, that was.
There might be a word for that in like
17
German
words,
or
but
something.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's a long German word.
You know what? I got it. A good friend. Shorter than me.
Hi.
Have you surfed on that?
It's not exactly usable, but...
No, that does not look usable.
But I was hoping it actually has meaning, because I picked this up at a prop auction, and it seemed to have no story attached to it, but I was wondering if you guys could fill in the blanks.
Well, we all know what Biggersons is. I don't remember that, but did you go back and watch the Biggersons episode and see if it was...
I picked out some of the major ones, and I didn't find it.
Can you bring that closer?
Uh-oh. Show the camera.
What's on the wall?
I don't personally recognize it. You know what we should ask? We could.
So the board was shaped in '84, but it's that sign is top coated. That's just that got put on later. I imagine it may have been in the lockup in our set deck lockup. They probably slapped that sign on it and put it up in the background of one of the Biggersons. We may not have ever seen it. That's the one. I think that's a fault, or one of the faults of shooting a television show and having such an incredible art department is the details that Jerry and his crew and that they put into John, that they put into the sets are so incredible. And sometimes, just due to the nature of the scenes, they're never seen on camera. but they can't assume that certain corners of the restaurant aren't going to be seen, so they detail it out 360 degrees. So that may have been up in the back of one of the restaurants, and we just may have never seen it because the cameras didn't actually point that way. And then when they decided to clear up some space, which they have to do every now and again because there's a lot of props and a lot of set deck that gets stored there, that may have been one of the ones that got dismissed.
It's cool, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi.
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 Oh, wow. Sorry, this is my first year here, and I started watching a year ago because I saw I saw a bunch of stuff on Tumblr.
Always a huge supporter.
All good stuff, all good stuff. I was actually wondering what made you guys want to audition for Supernatural?
Welcome to the family. How many episodes have you seen?
All of them a few hundred times.
I was really excited to do a show that was very different than the one that I was currently doing, though I love the one that I was currently doing. But I've been a fan of the X-Files, I've been a fan of like Twilight Zone growing up, my dad and I would watch it. And so I liked the genre. I didn't want to do a campy, supernatural themed, sci-fi themed show like Buffy or Angel. They're all fun, charmed, they're all great, but I didn't want to do that show. But I was like, if it's an X-Files type show or Twilight Zone, yeah, absolutely. And then reading the script, and I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan, and we talked earlier about the archetypes, and so I immediately clicked with the story and the overarching storylines and the archetypes, and I just thought it was a great, cool idea, and I was excited to do one episode of it. One episode of it. And then it never ended.
Let's be honest, we were in our 20s and we were looking for work.
That too. Oh,
and here comes along a script that is getting some pretty good feedback and they are interested in us. Where do I sign?
How much do I have to pay?
Yeah. What's the story about? Actually, I don't care. It's a job, and I'm in. What do I have to do? Oh, I have to put on a gym teacher's outfit? Okay. I can do that.
Get in a room with bees?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we can do that. It's. I will say that, Jared and I have gone out and auditioned and tried out for numerous projects. Some that were really bad, some that were really good, those we didn't get any of those, and we just so happened that there was a show that came along, and they were interested in us from the start almost. Luckily, because we had a couple of people that were involved with the producing side of it that knew who we were, and so that relationship really kind of paid out. And it just it was just kind of a bonus that the script was so great and the characters were so good and Eric was such a talent, and here we are today. So it's nobody could have.
And here y'all are today.
Thank you. Hey there.
Hey guys. So my question is, if you could do another alternate universe episode like It's a Terrible Life, what kind of jobs would you like to see Sam and Dean have?
Working at Toys R Us!
Yeah, no retail probably. They'd probably be short-tempered, especially Dean.
Can you imagine Dean at like a Toys R Us?
Well, he's good with kids.
Sir, this dresser is missing a screw. Figure it out. Get some duct tape.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I climb up and grab that car up there? I don't care if you shoot someone in front of me.
I think Sam would probably be a good maintenance guy, because I'm always the guy that'd be like, can you reach that off the top? Can you change that light bulb? I'm like, yeah. That's all I got. paint strippers, like cars, paint strippers.
Right,
Just
stripping the paint off of cars. Yeah, new design do that. Yeah, like a body shop, right?
Yeah, the body shop.
The body shop. Magic Winchester.
I'll imagine. Magic Winchester.
Magic Winchester XXL.
A suitcase just fainted. And then the suitcase just went, the suitcase just all on its own. Is there someone in there? I think Sam would like to be a teacher, but I think Jared would like to be a teacher, so I don't know.
A surf instructor.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys. You're amazing, just by the way.
You're amazing.
So my question is, what is your guys' favorite memory from the set?
Wow, there are a lot. That's a lot.
That's like, what was your favorite memory of the past 10 years of your life?
She's like, easy, last Monday. There have been a lot. There is a crazy special feeling on the last day of filming each season. It's the coolest, probably like the last hour or two of shooting each season, I get this indescribable feeling. Like, we've talked about this, we're so like almost one-track minded with like a singular focus during the season. You know, we're at work, we gotta tell these guys stories. Like, we have to honor Sam and Dean Winchester the same way y'all do. You know, we have to bring them to life. And it becomes a singular focus. And right about kind of halfway through the last day, you start seeing the light, you know? Yeah, the light at the end, but it's not saying the tunnel's over, there will be another tunnel, but at least you're out of this one. And it's this cool feeling, like graduating high school or college or something, where you're like, oh my God, like we did it, like we did it, it's over, it's over. There's a really cool, it's really difficult to quantify, like to have feelings of success within the year because you're working. You're like, you know, if episode 1 ends, tomorrow's episode 2. When episode 2 ends, tomorrow's episode 3. And you're going and going. And every day on the way home from work, you're working on what do you have to do the next day. If it's Friday, you're already like flipping through like, okay, what am I doing Monday? Okay, I'm gonna have to start working on that Saturday. So Saturday midday when the kids are asleep, like you're kind of always planning. But knowing you have that 2.5 or 3 months, 2.5 months, I guess, between seasons, it's always a really cool feeling. So those 10 experiences have been really special.
I've got many. One that comes to mind, and I'm going to say it for Jared, is watching him fall in love with his wife. Because it was pathetic. I mean, poor Jen, she just, you know, poor Jen, all of a sudden she just like had this tail that was like following her around. And I knew that as soon as I looked over and Jen sitting in her cast chair, she was trying to keep to herself, she was reading a book. And then, I'm not kidding, this is Jared. Sitting with his legs folded, staring up at her, and I'm like, why is he not going back to his trail? Oh. Well, that's happening.
One of my biggest pet peeves in the world is when I'm reading and somebody interrupts me. Unless it's like, hey, your pants are on fire.
I think you and Jen share that too.
We do. And I think in the second episode that she filmed, I remember, because she was like an English major, she reads all the time. She has a degree in English. And she's a voracious reader, especially before kids. Obviously, kids take a lot of time. But I remember, like, I want to talk to her really bad. And so I remember going up and being like, so what you reading? And she'd be like, Hemingway. I'm like, cool. I don't know, if I find some Hemingway my quotes? I was just thinking, he who doth say.
Shakespeare. Obviously, it worked. That was really cool moment. There's been so many. Again, going back to Kim Manners and some of the times we've spent and shared with them, getting in a room that was essentially the size of a bathroom and filling it with 60,000 bees, and then walking in, seeing the whole crew had like bee outfits on. They're like, oh, that's great. We have to wear Sam and Dean's costume, which is this, basically. And then Kim just was like, he was like, what are you guys complaining about? Give me an apple box. And he walks into the room, in shorts and a t-shirt, sits down on the apple box, goes, I'll direct from here then. Bees all over him. And we're like, okay, well, we can't let this little guy outman us right now. So we did the scene. But again, like I could sit here for hours and just talk about.
And one day we will.
And one day we will.
Woo!
So I haven't decided yet whether I credit my brother or blame my brother for my obsession with Supernatural. So I'm just wondering if any of your siblings have gotten you obsessed with anything.
Oh, I'm sure. A lot of my music taste probably stemmed from my brother. I think he was, when grunge came out, it was more his time than my time, but because we shared a room and listened to the same stuff, so I could probably credit him with Pearl Jam. Yes, I'm happy about it, but that was probably something that my brother paved the way for.
I left home when I was pretty young. I was still a teenager. So my sister was 11, and my older brother was already off to college. But I would say, music I think is certainly one thing that comes to mind. My brother was, though. He was a big hair 80s band guy. So, like Whitesnake and the Warrants. And
Starship Troopers.
Sheriff, Scorpions. And then that kind of led into getting into the older rock, which was the 70s and the 60s, and then just kind of spiraled out of control from there. But I certainly took that, and I don't know. You have to ask my sister or my brother if I've ever forced them to do anything. I don't think I have, though. There's been a great distance between us just geographically for quite a while, so they're safe from me. Although I know my brother tries to keep up with the show, but he's got 3 kids and a job, and he's pretty busy. But he'll call me and he'll be like, "Hey, so I just finished watching episode 10, season 4." And I'm like, "What? We're in season 11 now." He's like, "I know, I'm trying to catch up." So he's probably upset at the fact that I do a TV show and he needs to kind of stay on top of that. But
yeah, we don't have to my brother's a surgeon, and I don't have to watch an hour of his surgeries 23 times a year.
Nor is he expected to. So that is kind of an interesting thing. We still good? You guys?
You're good.
You're
good. We haven't.
Why are you guys here?
You in bed? Because we're super fans. And these are the best seats in the house. You have one more before you have one more.
This is the penultimate question.
Let's
the Abby singer.
Let's get a couple more questions in real quick. Go ahead.
Hi guys.
Hey there.
Since you are obviously a really, really amazing fathers, would you be able to share a cute story or a funny story about the kids? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, one of the, there's a little humming, as a very dedicated father, I was throwing my son on the bed and put his head into the wall. And then another time, and this may go down as the worst moment in my life, He had a dinosaur toy that's it was hard plastic, and the hard plastic tail came back around, and that's like the dinosaurs looking. And it's probably for like 7, 8-year-olds to put on their bookshelf. I decided, my son likes dinosaurs, so I bought it for him and I shouldn't have. He was probably 2.5. And we're at the playground and he's rolling the dinosaur down the slide. And I was like, quit rolling T-Rex down the slide. And I get up and give it to him. And not joking, this probably was the worst moment of my life. So I'm glad to share it with you here today. So here I am, like giddy, and I'm on a playground, and I'm happy, and I'm with my kid, and he's happy. And I'm like, T-Rex is coming up the slide. And I friggin' launch T-Rex up the slide. T-Rex is not really coordinated necessarily. So hard plastic T-Rex hits the slide, bounces off, propels, flipping through the air, and hits him somewhere in the face. He drops and starts screaming, my eye, my eye. My legs went out from under me. I'm like, no joking, like Jen was there, like she still has to like comfort me when I talk about it. And I was like I was going into convulsions, like I didn't think I'd react like this. I was going into convulsions, I thought I just poked his eye out. Finally we get him to pull his hand away, and probably 0.5 centimeter above his left eye is a little dot where the skin has been punctured. And had it been 1 centimeter different, I would have blinded my son. So I'm just a really good father. Beat that.
There was no injuries involved. I just recently, actually 2 days ago, I took JJ, just her and I. Danielle was off doing woman things, getting her hair done, her nails, or whatever they do. And so I took JJ and we went to this little farm here where they've got like goats, and it's kind of a petting zoo and stuff. And the weather was bad, so there was nobody there. And it was just the two of us. And the lady was like, "Yeah, you guys go on in. You got the whole place to yourself." So we went out. We were feeding the ducks and feeding the roosters, and we were chasing some chickens, and then with the rabbits and the guinea pigs. Then they had this big thing with little goats. And I'm like, "Oh, this is cool. You can walk right in and hang out in the goat pen." So I walk in.
Things you don't often say out loud.
So I walk in, I let JJ go. She's just running around and like pushing on the goats, and I'm like, oh, that's really good. I'm taking pictures with my phone, and then I look over, and 2 goats are kind of squared off to each other, and then they just go boom, and like not one knocks the other one totally like off its feet, and I'm like, and we're leaving. Let's go. I just had visions of her just getting pummeled, like that Stride commercial, like with a ram, takes it. That's all I saw was just JJ going like end over them, like, yeah, okay, we're going back to the buddies.
And they're not good at keeping secrets. Like when Jen goes out of town or something, and I have the boys, I love it. We sleep in, we watch Ice Age, we eat pizza and probably candy all day long.
Ice cream dinners.
And then Mama gets home the next day. She's like, "How were they?" I'm like, "Great time. To bed on time. We went outside, yada yada." "Hey Tom, did you like yesterday?" "I ate candy."
Yeah, we are on par for being those dads. So
he must have found it. I don't know how he got it. It still has pizza stains on. His clothes on from like 2 days before. Oh yeah, I'll have the kids every now and again, and she'll be out. She's like, "Hey, do you want to come meet up?" And I'm like, "Sure." And so I'll get the kids and put them in clothes, and then show up at the restaurant and like they don't have shoes on. So I guess one of the pictures made it to one of the websites, and the kids weren't wearing shoes, and she was like, "I told you to put shoes on them." we don't let our kids wear shoes when we're out in city streets. Fun times.
Okay,
it's a learning process.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I know that leads us to the last question. Wait.
You're on it.
Before we get to the last question.
Yes.
There's a few people standing out in this crowd that need to be acknowledged.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Because we're filming in Vancouver, there's some very, very important people that have decided to stop by and try to figure out why the heck we're still on air for 10 years. And they're right over there.
Cliffy is waving his hands.
So in that section there,
guys, there's our supernatural crew.
that is.
The rest.
Is that Mike over there? Is that Mike?
Yeah, Mike.
If I could just get a burrito warmed up for me, that would be.
The rest of them hightail it up.
And he's hurt himself again. He's going to need some bandages and some. No, these people, they are true heroes of what we do, and we would not be able to do anything without their incredible expertise and their professionalism. And I mean, poor Marion, he has to put up with us he is the one. Marion, stand up, buddy.
First to see us, last to see us.
So he has the unfortunate job of herding us like cats. He has to make sure that we get to work on time.
Not hurting us like cats.
No, herding. Yes. Generally, it's Jared. Jared, this way. No. Come on. We're gonna. Jared, get off. Okay. Shiny things. There we go. Yeah. So there's true heroes are right over there. The true stars of the show are right just over there.
Now everybody in this room knows where they are.
Now that means us.
I want you to know they're over there and they love hugs right after this.
They do love hugs.
Very approachable, very touchable.
Hugs and pictures.
Speaking of approachable, Norton, you know what time it is, gentlemen. Robbie, what time is it? It is the last question.
It's the last question.
The very last question.
It's the last question.
Just one question.
It's the last question.
Say it ain't so. It's the last question.
It's the last question.
Who's the last question?
It's the last question.
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 Here they are. Last question of the panel. We need 2 awkward seats. Jared,
Have a seat.
2 awkward seats.
Have a seat. This is the awkward portion of the evening.
Say hi to the family.
You posted on your Twitter that you were all costumed up and ready to mingle at San Diego Comic-Con, and they all want to know, who did you cosplay as and how did you come across that?
That's her name?
Wow, I want to see your birth certificate.
What's your last name? I mean,
What's your name? Melissa. That makes more sense. Or is Melissa your question? Just kidding.
everybody says, Melissa?
Gotcha. Okay. So you're referring to a tweet that I sent out saying that I was going to mingle amongst the Comic-Con weekend thing, and I was costumed up. No. I can't give away my secrets.
Did you notice the cosplayer who was being followed by like 10 security guys? It's always a good sign of like when
I dressed up as Dean Winchester. No, I did not. I was just getting to San Diego, and I was gearing up to go mingle amongst the people that were there.
Is anybody at Comic-Con?
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't go out on the floor. That might be dangerous.
I'm dying to go.
I would love to go.
Though I don't know if I have the patience to actually wait, so I would be the guy like...
Let me ask you this. Who would you cosplay as to go and walk down on the floor at Comic-Con?
Chewbacca.
Boba Fett.
Chewbacca.
By the way, I just want you to know something. The entire band said that in unison. This is not a rehearsal. They're like, Chewbacca, you be Chewbacca.
We can't start a song at a time.
Okay.
Do you remember that Bryan Cranston
Yes.
famously walked the floor in a high
With
school
a Walter
dress?
White.
Yeah, they came on right after our on Hall H. He was in there in the Hall H waiting room.
Oh, that's awesome. Wearing the
Y'all
mask?
y'all hosted 1 year too late.
Yeah, I guess so.
Was he weirded out that you were dressed as Chewbacca? Was that?
He He was.
Did he try to have you removed?
He did. Guys, thank you for the
Thank you.
That was the last question. Everything's over. Your dreams are crushed. You gotta stop dreaming again. Take it for the moment. Ain't a lot of money. Ladies and gentlemen, Jensen Ackles and Jared Cadillac. Thank you, Vancouver. We appreciate you very much.
This is the city that houses the show that we love, and we're very thankful not only for letting us film here and taking such good care of us, but for showing up to something like this and showing the support. And it's always humbling and inspiring, and we thank you, and we're really happy that they can see the love that you guys. Thank you. Love you too.
Thank you all very much. But you can touch the people they work with. You're not allowed to hug Jared Jensen. But by God, you can hug the people they work alongside. You're not allowed to crowd Jared Jensen.